Welcome back to another year of Cougar football here with head coach Marty Hoffmann of the University of Minnesota Morris Cougars. Coach Hoffmann, talk a little bit about first game as head coach by yourself. Is it a different feel to the season so far?
Yeah, it's kind of unique. Obviously from last year to now this year. Being co-head coaches last year with Matt. Obviously splitting those duties, and now really trying to get being the guy, I guess, in terms of decision makings, things like that. Now I still rely pretty heavily on Coach Johnson and really the rest of the coaching staff as well. But certainly there's some, I guess, head coaching administrative things that come up, and luckily I feel like I've been pretty well prepared for a lot of this. I had the chance to work for a lot of good coaches, so got a pretty good grasp on things to expect. So far, no real surprises. I'm sure that'll change here as we get rolling, but it's been good. It's been real fun, actually.
Preseason scrimmage with Ridgewater. What did you learn about your offense, your top guys going into the game against River Falls this Saturday?
Yeah, it's been a good fall camp, and I think from the River Falls scrimmage standpoint, a little bit disappointed, I guess, with how we performed. I was hoping or expecting a lot better performance, certainly defensively. Offensively, got about what kind of we expected, I guess. They're a little bit further behind, which is pretty common at this stage in camp, and we got some time here to get some things cleaned up. But really from a personnel standpoint, just get healthy right now. I mean, we kind of had a pretty physical camp, and got some guys dinged up, so just trying to get those guys back. But offensively, certainly, there's some bright spots, but certainly special teams wise, I felt like we did a real good job, and so it's an area that we really try to focus on, and like I said, certainly we've got to play good defense, but obviously offensively, you just got to control the football.
Going into the game against River Falls, defensively, can you talk about some guys you're looking, names that you're looking to have good performances against River Falls' offense, and speak a little bit to what River Falls does?
Well, it's as it's a team that plays in the WIAC. It's a good football team. They play in arguably the best Division III conference in the entire country. Certainly we have a challenge on our hands, certainly offensively, defensively, special teams included. From the defensive side, it's a very run-first offense from River Falls. They're going to pound the rock, and they're a great zone football team. They really do a great job up front, offensive line-wise, guys. Getting to the next level, getting guys cut off from the backside. Their running backs run extremely hard. They're downhill, fast, physical runners. Certainly from our standpoint, I like schematically in terms of how we fit. It is going to be certainly a battle personnel-wise. Really like Drew Shipley should have a big day. Our defensive ends, Galen should have a great day as long as he doesn't get reached. And then and certainly in the back end, our DBs are hopefully up for the task. They're going to have a lot of play action. A lot of their pass game is set off of their run game, of course, and then they'll drop back and heave it a little bit too. But quarterback's a really good player for them. And then, like I said, from a backfield standpoint, they'll probably be some of the best backs, best offensive line that we'll see all year. So really looking forward to the challenge. I mean, we're really going to learn a lot, I guess, about ourselves, certainly defensively. But again, I like our scheme to what they do. I think that's what our flex defense is built for a lot of times, is for these zone type teams. So we'll roll the ball out and we'll see what happens.
And then on the other side of the ball, who needs to get the ball and needs to have a big game offensively for the Cougars to come out victorious Saturday?
Well, I think anytime we're talking offense, you're always looking at the trigger man, and Justin needs to be about as efficient with the football as possible, and really taking care of the ball, really doing a good job in terms of when we do run the ball with Kemp or with Weimers or whoever, that those guys are doing a great job securing and handling the ball. And at the same time, from Maslowski's standpoint, making good decisions. Just understanding that, when we're in third down situations, a punt's okay. We just got to make sure that we're not turning it over, giving River Falls a short field, because, again, that's the last thing that we need to do. And at the same time, when we do have an opportunity, because this is a pretty aggressive defense, it's kind of unique because it's like us, to be quite honest, and the only difference is they play a ton of man. And so in some of those one-on-one matchups, we have to win. Some of our wideouts, whether it's Sheridan, whether it's Severson, they got to get loose, and we got to get one on them. And so looking for, a chance to, again, control the line, or control the ball, I should say, and then when we need to, let's take a shot and let's try to get one on the board on them, so but certainly the trigger man, Justin, has to have a big day, and he understands that, and he knows there's really week in and week out that'll always kind of be the case, but certainly if we can establish some sense of a run game, and certainly our offensive line plays a critical role in that, we'll see what happens.
Well, we're excited to see what you can do on Saturday up at River Falls.